What's going on, my fellow tribe of patriots? So it appears that this is going to be my setup, at least for now, because until I get my my office set up at home to record, I guess we'll just do this. But I saw a fascinating video the other day. I'm not sure how old it is, but I would like to share it with you guys and maybe have a little discussion about it. So let's roll the tape.
If you take an oak tree seed and you put it in a 2-foot pot, that seed will never become the oak tree that oak trees are capable of becoming because it's gonna get stifled by the 2-foot pot. Now check this out, ain't nothing wrong with the seed. The seed just fell prey to the environment. You are a seed from God. God made you in his likeness. He big, he vast. Don't you allow your environment to dictate the oak tree that you become.
What'd you guys think? I really enjoyed that. And it really had me thinking about what we do in today's society, because I see a lot of people wanting to create safe spaces for kids. I mean, even up to college. And it seems like all that's doing is putting people in the 2-foot pot. You know, it is true that there's not going to be any loggers coming to hack them down because they're not going to grow up to be their full potential. If you let children become who they're going to become without intervening with puberty blockers or cross-sex hormones when they're growing, then they will become, they have the opportunity to become the best version of themselves that they can possibly be. And intervening and stopping puberty or blocking it with all of these experiments being done on children right now is just, it's eliminating their future. You know, I believe that's why they call it dead naming. And when they change genders and then you refer to them as their previous name and they say, oh, that's dead naming. Well, it's because they destroyed their entire potential self on who they could become. I don't understand why this LGBTQ ire has turned towards children, but it seems that it needs to be stopped. And I don't even know how this is being discussed among adults as a serious matter, or as like as a possibility for children. If you want to become all that you can become, if you want to reach your God-given potential, you don't stop puberty and you don't give cross-sex hormones. There's an insane amount of side effects that come from these. And it seems that all of these pharmaceutical industries are targeting kids during puberty when they're the most uncomfortable in their body. Nobody's comfortable when they go through puberty. Nobody. Your body is going through physical and hormonal changes. You are either becoming a man or becoming a woman. There are drastic changes that have to be done to your body in order to make that happen. Your brain isn't done developing until you're 25 years of age. So until you're 25, I don't think that any of this should even be discussed. Any of this gender bending stuff with kids, because they're not even who they are yet. They don't even know who they are. I didn't know who I was. When I was 16, I was full of testosterone and just, I mean, I was kind of a wild kid, but I didn't understand long-term consequences, and I didn't care because, you know, when you're full of testosterone like that, I mean, it makes you reckless. I can look back now and be like, oh, I'm lucky I made it here. You know, I can be happy about that. But I was never targeted to become the opposite sex back when I was a kid. So I can't even imagine what these kids are going through these days. But I really enjoyed that video because it's kind of a good analogy for what's going on today, and what parents, what teachers, what college professors are doing to these kids is they're restricting their world to put them in a safe space, and they're putting them in that 2-foot pot instead of letting them be out in nature and grow to their full potential. And it's damning so many innocent kids. It's not their fault. It's the adult's fault. It's the teacher's fault. It's the parent's fault for not telling them, I know you may be feeling uncomfortable right now in your puberty, but you're going to be an excellent person. And you need to work on the person that you're going to become, not trying to hack your body and change into something else. You got one body for this entire life. One life, one body. And intervening at the early stages of anywhere from 8 to 16 is you're destroying your future self, your potential future self, your God-given potential. You will never reach that. And I have a feeling that once these kids realize, once they come of age, 25 years old or so, and they look at their body that, if they were a man trying to become a woman, that they're not actually a woman and they're not actually a man. It seems like they're going to be stuck in limbo because they're still a man but not masculine, or they're still a woman but not feminine. And we never know what life holds for us, but intervening in kids' puberty and discussing these things with them should be off the table completely. There's only one way to reach your God-given potential, and that is to be as healthy as you can be and live out your life to the fullest that you can be. Not intervening with chemicals and surgeries. It's evil. It's demonic to be targeting children this way. It needs to be stopped. It needs to be stopped. It breaks my heart just knowing that kids are going through that right now. The most vulnerable time of their life. Their minds are incredibly malleable. They trust too much. They literally can't understand long-term consequences. And the adults all around them are telling them that this is good and this will help you. It's like, you don't know that. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows that it's going to help them. They don't even know who they are yet. It is impossible for them to know who they are because they haven't reached that stage. They haven't gotten to their God-given potential yet. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think, because that video really, it tugged at my heartstrings, and I really felt it. And I think these safe spaces are just that's what we're doing. We're just putting kids in the 2-foot pot, and we're restricting their environment to the point where they'll never be able to reach their full potential. So, like I said, let me know what you think. Till then, God bless you all, and God bless America.
Now ain't I right? Ain't I right? Ain't I right? Let's look and find the strong and able leaders. It's time we found just how our neighbors stand. If we're to win this war with communism, let's fight it here as well as Vietnam. Let's rise as one and meet our obligations, so communistic boots will never trod across the fields of freedom that were given to us with the blessing of our great almighty God. Across the fields of freedom that were given to us with the blessing of our great